Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Charmin. I post skincare and makeup videos on my channel. I created this YouTube channel to chronicle my journey with treating my melasma and hyperpigmentation. And today I will be sharing my skincare routine for my melasma. So if you're interested in what my skincare routine is, then please keep on watching and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I developed melasma about a year ago. Before that, I had pretty good skin. I still was acne prone, I still had sensitive skin, but my skin was pretty generally clear. And because I had a pretty okay-ish nighttime skincare routine where I would incorporate vitamin C, I had pretty clear skin. The acne would go away, the marks would go away. So it was kind of really, it really affected my self-esteem when the melasma started to get worse and just appear all over my face, because my skin and my hair were kind of the two things about my physical appearance that made me feel good. So if you're struggling with melasma and hyperpigmentation, I just want to say that I understand that it can really affect your self-esteem. If you are feeling down about yourself, if you're feeling anxiety about your skin, take a deep breath. Like, with the state of the world that it is in right now, it feels really kind of self-indulgent to be thinking about your skin, but it's a form of self-care. But I think it's really important for us to kind of, reflect on what is self-care and when it becomes kind of toxic and unhealthy. So in my case, it was becoming a little bit unhealthy, and so I had to really dial down and just kind of bring myself back, recenter myself, and think about like what my skin really means for me in my life, right? So I'm trying to really change my mindset in how I approach my skincare, and I really want it to be a ritual for me, which is why Charmin's Ritual Skin. But I really want it to be a ritual for me and not just something I do because I'm obsessed with getting rid of the marks on my skin or my skin is imperfect. Let's get started finally. So right now on my skin I have nothing except for this CeraVe PM moisturizing lotion, because I am prepping my skin to get a chemical peel, and on the days leading up to the chemical peel I don't usually put anything on my skin except for a basic skincare routine. So cleanser, a soap-free cleanser, moisturizer with some like ceramides in it or something, and just SPF. So that's what I've been doing. I'm not using any other actives right now at the moment, up until a week before and a week after my chemical peel. So my morning routine really consists of just cleansing my skin and using SPF. The one I'm using is the Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser. This is the one that I'm using right now, but any gentle non-soap cleanser will be great. This is the one I purchased because Dr. Dray really loves this cleanser, and all of her videos, I think she at least mentions this cleanser at least once. So I really love it. It's good for sensitive skin. It's good if you're going to be incorporating retinoids into your skincare routine. This is the only thing I use in the morning, and then afterwards I go in with my SPF. The one I've been using lately is the Purito Comfy Water Sunblock. This is a mineral sunscreen. Nowadays I pretty much mostly use mineral sunscreen on my skin. I don't use chemical sunscreen. So this is what I'm using on my skin right now. If you want a review on what my thoughts are on the sunscreen and a demo and what it looks like on my skin, let me know down below. I'd be happy to do that. I feel like I have so many, but I'm still testing out sunscreens that hopefully don't leave a huge white cast on my skin tone. 3 or 4 more that are on their way, but I still haven't found one that I love as much as my Clinique chemical sunscreen, which is the one in the yellow tube. But I'm trying to find a formula that gives me the same results as that one. 2 steps morning skincare routine, the CeraVe Gentle Facial Cleanser, and just a SPF. I don't use moisturizer on my skin in the morning because I have oily skin, and I think most sunscreens give me the moisturizing that I need on a day-to-day basis, especially from reapplying the sunscreen. It's going to add up and give me a lot more moisture. Throughout the day, I will reapply the sunscreen at least 2 or 3 times. If I'm outdoors, it's going to be at least 3 times. Move on to my nighttime routine, which again is going to look really extensive, but just remember that I added a lot of these ingredients throughout, after my skin got used to them. I didn't introduce all of them at once. I introduced them slowly into my skincare routine, and even now, at the first sign of irritation, I stop and I go back to basics, which is cleanser, moisturizer, and SPF. If there's any kind of irritation in my skin, that's what I revert back to. I do a 2-step cleanse, and I take off all of my sunscreen and eyeliner, mascara, lipstick, makeup, whatever I'm wearing, with a oil-based cleanser. So this is the cleanser that I'm using right now. It's the Softimo Speedy Cleansing Oil. It's fragrance-free. It doesn't have anything that would irritate your skin in it. And I've been using it for about a month and a half. I like this cleanser, but the issue that I have with it is like it's only been a month and a half, and like already I'm halfway done with the cleanser, so it doesn't last very long. But it's basically, I purchased it because Dr. Dray in one of her old videos really loved this, so I kind of wanted to give it a try because I wanted something that removed all of my sunscreen and makeup at the end of the day. So this is what I use as a first step. I take about 2 or 3 pumps of this, and I rub this all over my face, and it's enough to get rid of the sunscreen and makeup I have. Sometimes I'll do a second step if I have a lot of makeup on, but generally, because I don't wear makeup on a daily basis, I don't need that much. But it takes off all of my sunscreen layers, any mascara that I have on, and it washes off. So if you're looking for like a good dupe to the Clinique cleansing balm, which is like $33, I think, full size or something, some crazy expensive, dollar amount. But that one, I really like it. It washes off. It feels really nice. It doesn't irritate my skin, but it's really expensive. This one cost me $11 on Amazon, and it works the exact same way, except the only difference is that this is a liquid and that one, the Clinique one, is a balm. But both turn into like oils when you rub it into your skin, and I don't really think it's, it's not worth it for me personally to spend $30-something on that product when I have this one and it works just as great. So after I've washed that off, it actually doesn't leave any residue, but the next thing I do again is go back in with Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser, and this is what I use as a second step cleanser. Once I've rinsed off the Softimo oil cleanser, I go in with this one, and it removes any residue or makeup that's left on the skin, basically. So the next thing I do, it's gonna kind of depend on what day it is, and it's a little confusing, so hopefully I'm not going to confuse anybody else who's watching this. But basically, I alternate between 2 separate days. One of those days I use my Retin A. This is the gel microsphere version. I'm just trying to finish this up, but I'm gonna switch back to the tretinoin, just a generic version. I have a video on my channel that I posted recently on my experience using this for melasma, not for any other reason, not acne or anything like that, but melasma particularly. If you want to see what my thoughts are and what my progress was using this, then I'll link the video up here. But on the days that I'm using my retinoid, the only thing I use is I cleanse my skin, and then I come in with my Vanicream moisturizing cream, which comes in a big tub. I don't have it in front of me right now, but it comes in like a big pump bottle. I put that all over my skin while it's still wet. So not dripping wet, but it's still wet. And then I wait for it to dry completely, and then right before bed, I apply the like 1 or 2 pumps of the retinol. Apply my cream while my skin is still wet. It dries completely in a few minutes later, and it still feels moisturized. So then I go in with the Retin A. I don't actually use the Retin A with the CeraVe one, because the CeraVe one I find is too light, and it still has some active ingredients in it. And on the nights that I'm using my Retin A, the only thing I want to use is just 1 active ingredient. I don't want to increase my risk of irritation with any other products, so I'm just going in with this retinol after I've applied a really thick moisturizer. So I recommend that if you're just starting with Retin-A, then apply the moisturizer immediately after washing your face, wait for it to dry, and then go in with your retinol, and don't apply any of their actives on that night. Second day, I cleanse and wash my face again with the Softimo cleansing oil and then my Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser, and I go in while my skin is still damp. Now, this is the Inkyless Alpha Arbutin. This is supposed to help fade melasma. There are tons of YouTubers on here that are experts in how this stops the cells that create pigment on our skin and create the melasma. I'll link my favorite doctors and like experts down below. If you want to, if you're watching this video, most likely you already have researched or done some kind of research on these active ingredients, and you're kind of like looking into what the treatment options are for your skin. So chances are you've probably already heard of alpha arbutin, but I started to use this about a month ago, and a little over a month ago, and I like it. The texture is good. It doesn't leave my skin oily. I'm not really sure if it's making a difference in my skin tone, but once I finish this up, I think I'm going to purchase the Ordinary's alpha arbutin because it's cheaper. This one was around $12 or $11, I think, which is really inexpensive, but if I can find an even cheaper product which is just as effective, I don't know, I'm not going to repurchase the more expensive product. So this is what I use the first thing after cleansing. I take Inkyless Q10 serum. So this is the coenzyme Q10. It's like a naturally occurring antioxidant in our skin that helps create collagen, and as we age it becomes kind of the amount of Q10 in our skin decreases. You don't really need this. I don't think that honestly that you need this. You can get Q10 from your diet if even as you age. But I do like the texture. It absorbs into my skin really nicely, and it was really inexpensive. So again, I've been using this for about over a month. So this is the Ordinary's azelaic acid suspension. It has squalene in it, and it obviously has a 10% azelaic acid. So I've been using this for, again, I think about 2 months now. I like the texture of this product. I tried their moisturizing lotion, the natural, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the Natural Factors Plus HA or something. I didn't like the texture of that cream. I hated it. So I kind of used it up, and then I didn't repurchase it because I didn't like it. I went back to my CeraVe PM moisturizer, but I've purchased this because it's really inexpensive and it has 10% azelaic acid, which is supposed to be really good to basically stop the the cells that create pigment in our skin. This, again, it works. It's been working. I haven't really noticed a change in my skin with my melasma yet, but I know that since I've started using this product, all of the PIH, or the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation I get from like pimples, it's gotten much better. So what happens is when I get a new pimple, it will dry up, eventually go away, and then it'll leave like a really dark mark. When I use this over any active breakouts on my skin, I noticed that the pimple doesn't leave a scar on my skin. So for example, like I don't know if you can see on camera, but I had 2 pimples on this area of my face, and they were big, painful pimples. So they hurt. They turned red, but it didn't leave a mark. Now that they're both gone, it didn't leave any mark, and I think the only reason it didn't is because of the azelaic acid. It's the only thing in my skincare that's changed. So I think this is really great if you have acne. It works really great on my skin to prevent the dark marks on my skin. So far I love this product. It's great. Again, doesn't make my skin sensitive. It works really wonderful. And I will be repurchasing this product. I've also tried the Paula's Choice Azelaic Acid Booster, and I also love that product. It's just more expensive. Again, the texture is really nice. It has, I think, salicylic acid in it, so it'll be even more helpful for people who are struggling with acne. But for me, I find that the azelaic acid alone is enough to, deal with my breakouts. My Timeless Vitamin C Serum. This, I purchased this about I think like 3 months ago, but I've had a vitamin C incorporated into my routine for about 5 or 6 years. This one is good. Again, it's a little bit, I find that it's a little bit harsh. Not harsh, but I find that it's a little bit strong. So I would, if you have sensitive skin and you've never used a vitamin C before, I would recommend that you start out with like a patch test and then maybe use it every other night because it can be pretty strong. But yeah, and it's also really inexpensive. It's only, I think I paid $21 with a coupon, and yeah, so I like this product. So on the days that I have a little bit of acne and I'm really trying to, or I have more acne than usual, like if it's my time of the month, I will go in with the Ordinary Salicylic Acid 2%. I use like 1 or 2 drops all over my face, and then I put a moisturizer over it, and it decreases the size of my pimples overnight pretty much. The last step on in my skincare routine is a moisturizer, and my tried and true tested like oldie but goldie is the CeraVe PM moisturizer. I've been using this since I think 2011. It's now 2020. So I've been using this for over a decade. This is before, again, any like issues with my melasma or hyperpigmentation came up. So it has the 3 essential ceramides, it has the niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. Again, like this is like a double duty moisturizer. If you have oily skin and if you have acne prone oily skin, use this as your moisturizer. If you're looking to purchase anything in this routine, I would say go for the CeraVe PM moisturizing cream and the azelaic acid booster. I think these 2 products are going to be amazing. If you have any requests for new videos, then please let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I post every week. And that's it. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.